Hi. The following video is to cover the BSP tree tuner script that's been written for XSI version 3.5 and version 4.0. This script can be found in the actual database, the XSI BSP tree database that is supplied with these video. So I've opened a script editor and went to the script directory under the actual database and load the actual VBS script. The VBS script is designed to find the actual perfect value for the BSP tree at the scene level by doing what we call an iterative testing. So it's going to test several BSP tree value, and from there start to actually pick the best value that's been found. So by opening the script right here, you can actually just simply press run, and a UI interface will actually get created that will allow you to tune quickly the actual BSP tree value. So frame 1 means it's going to be tested at frame 1. So if it is suggested that you type in the frame number that involves the most intensive rendering. In this case, if that frame, let's say, has a very important motion blur, for example, I would strongly suggest to use that frame as a test point for your BSP tree, since it is considered to be the worst frame or the most intensive frame. The second parameter is what we call BSP Depth increment. So the script has a choice to either for a given BSP depth value, either increase it or lower the value. And in this case, it's going to use this increment and to be able to find the value. So let's say, for example, it would start at 36, then it will basically test 38 and test 34, and determine if 34 is actually better at rendering or 38 is better. If one of them is actually better, let's say 38 for example, it will keep on increasing the depth until the actual rendering times start to decrease or get a little bit worse. And the maximum number of frames here is to limit the number of frames to be rendered for this test. So considering that if there's a value of 2, you can actually assume that 7 frames is going to be rendered. So it could actually increase the BSP depth by 14. So 7 tests of increments of 2. So this is a good value to start with. So I'm going to pause the video and actually press OK and let it render, and come back once the actual result has been computed. Okay. Now the script has been actually ran and completed correctly. So as you can see now, the script has discovered that the new BSP value should be 2020, and it considered that the actual time is the best for these value. Usually it will lock down the BSP size to a fixed value and simply play with depth, because depth has a more important impact on rendering time than size. So I'm going to proceed to say on clicking OK, such that they will actually promote these value into the actual render option. So if I go to render option, and I go under the optimization tab, you see that these value currently has been set. Also, the other thing that you could check here is that it will actually print some values, so you can actually see the actual rendering time for each of the BSP tree values here. So you see that a depth of 36 took about 20 seconds to render, where the actual value here is about 20. So in this case, maybe we could have lowered it a little bit more, because as you can see, it's keep on decreasing and decreasing, but the actual rendering time is starting to be more like milliseconds. So we've pretty much nailed down the perfect BSP tree value for that particular scene. So this is a script I strongly suggest to use in your production, since it's going to save a lot of time. Keep in mind also that particle BSP tree and hair BSP tree is not being tuned by the script at all. So it is only intended for scene BSP tree. Thank you.